Yo Internet, I am Calvin, and this is Space Engineers, the newest update, 1.037. It's an awesome update. We got factions, we got beacon range settings, kind of a small thing, rotation before pacing, meaning you can do this, copy that. You can use the keys that you use to rotate normally to do that kind of stuff. The reason I'm going to go over the small stuff first is because factions is huge. There's so much stuff. So you can do that, and there's lootable characters, which I'll show you in a minute when my friend comes on. Basically, you kill someone, and you'll be able to loot their inventory. Their bodies will stay there for about 5 minutes, not about, but exactly 5 minutes, and they will, you will, be able to take all the crap that's like that they would have in here, and it would just it works like how you would loot a container. Now, factions, that's another story. That is crazy. There's a lot of stuff. So I'm going to show you by going into this, terminal, hitting I, and there's a new tab after info called factions. And this will list the factions of the entire, everything in the world. So when you have a server with multiple people, that's, say, a dedicated server, it'll have them all listed and stuff. And, you can create your own. You hit create, and you'll have these, this window pop up. The tag, which faction tag, which is like kind of like a clan tag, for example, if you played Call of Duty. So like for mine, it's like I am Calvin, so I'll do IAC. Let's do Calvin's faction. Let's just do that. Make it simple. Public info is join me or die. Haha. All right. Now, public info is the description that everyone will be able to see, no matter where, no matter who they're factioned with, and no matter where they are, or what they are doing in the world, they'll be able to look in here and see that as the info. Join me or die. Now, the private info is the same thing, but for members only. And this is like, say, if you played World of Warcraft, the guild message of the day. It's like mining adventure tonight at 6 p.m. Like that's kind of the kind of thing I'm talking about. So we'll click that, and you click create, and you have this will pop up, like it'll pop up in the little what's it called, the little window, and you click on the faction, and you'll be able to see the public info. And since I'm a founder, I can see the private info as well. But it says private info visible to members only. Now, this moves on to the next thing, the members. You can have the members there's 3 ranks. You have the founder, which the only way to get that rank is if you created the faction yourself. There's literally no other way. The second rank is a leader, who has all the same rights as a founder, except I think I'm pretty sure they have, the founder can't be kicked and stuff like that. Leaders can be. And there's one below that, which is member, which has, they can't invite, kick, they can't propose peace or declare war. Now, I'll talk about those in a second. But you can go to edit, and it'll open up this again, and you'll be good to go. But, I'd have to have someone else on to really demonstrate this better, but I can pretty much just explain it to you. The propose peace button and the declare war button, if there's other factions, they'll have those options highlighted. Propose peace makes it so that, and by the way, you can still kill each other no matter whether you're at war or proposing peace. It's just an overall status to kind of make trading easier, or allying up for harder things, like to take down ships or do whatever else you want to do. Proposing peace, you can do that, and it will make the other, instead of them having a red name as the enemy, they'll have a green one, they'll have a green one, which means ally. And the same, they have to, when you propose peace, the other faction has to accept that. If they don't, then you won't be at peace, but you won't be at war either. Now, the declare war button is very similar, but in the opposite sense, but there's one extra little thing. The other team that you declare war against does not have to accept it. Once you declare war, you're pretty much at war. They don't have an option. It's like, for example, in real life, if you were, say there's there are a couple of countries or whatever, say the U.S. goes to war with Canada or whatever, and Canada's like, nope, I don't accept your declaration of war. It's like, that's not going to stop the war. There doesn't have to be a two-sided consent on this. So you can declare war on whoever you want. and that will make them considered labeled as an enemy with a red and everything. So that's the gist of the like how the faction works like this. But there's a few other things that the faction, well, not a few, there's a couple decent other things. If you go into like a terminal that has like it's connected to an actual, control panel, and you can control an item or whatever like you normally do, there's a new little section called owner. Now owner, there's 3 settings, so you can have oh, I think my friend joined. Hold on. Yes. His name's BK, and I'm gonna invite him to the faction. So I'm glad he joined. This is like really helpful. I actually don't know how to invite people, but we'll figure it out. Just go here, edit, okay, so basically, I don't think you can invite people. They have to apply to join, from what I can remember, and from what I'm seeing from here. So, like, what he'll do is he'll click on this, and he'll click, I honestly don't know what he will see, but we'll find out in a second, so. And by the way, this turret will shoot him down, and not me, unless he's part of the faction. So, what I'll do is I'll hit I, go to factions, click on my little thing right here, and this little thing will pop up as an applicant, and you can either accept or just ignore it. But you can accept it, and now he's a member. So that's pretty cool. Welcome. So now. Quick little thing, once he's in the faction, he will, like, we go back to this owner thing, we can go to nobody, which means it will be normal, and, like, it won't have any bias towards who it shoots or what it does. Like, if you have set to target moving objects, it'll kill anything that's moving around you, whether they're a player or not, doesn't matter who they're part of. And you can have it set to the owner being me, which is, like, of course, you, or you can have it set to anyone else, like your friend. Say you build something for your friend. But if I have it set to me, and then I go to, instead of no share, I go to share with my faction. Oh shit, share with all. The reason I had share with all is because it was shooting, like, these things aren't considered mine. They're considered just nobodies, these ships. So it's shooting down the ships right now. Excuse me. It's shooting down the ships right now because they're not part of mine, and it's just doing its job as defending. But normally you'd share with your faction, and it wouldn't fight anything that's yours, that's labeled as yours in this sense that you do here, and it wouldn't fight any of your faction members, and it wouldn't do it'll only go after enemies. Share with all means, I'm thinking it's very similar to having it, the owner being set to nobody, because that way everyone can really use it, because it's not shooting at anybody now. But if I have it set to no share, it'll start shooting stuff. Share with all. Now if I have it set to nobody, it won't do anything. Like, it'll shoot just the normal stuff. Okay, I don't want to do that because it will shoot me down. Okay, so we have that. That's how that works. And I can also promote him to a leader. I can also demote him to back to a member. And I can we can have, let's see, what else was there? There was that was close to it, but there's a few other things. This right here, you see how the beacon name is green. That means it's owned by an ally, or it means it's owned by, like, nobody. Or, I'm sorry, no, yeah, it's owned by an ally. Green means ally. Blue means or bluish white, it looks really similar on the video I saw, means it's owned by you. The red means an enemy, white means nobody, green's an ally. And this means it's an ally because it's just like, I think it's kind of glitched at the moment just because like it doesn't have really any bias. It should be like nobody, but you can go into here, and I'll go into a terminal so I can access this. We will go to here, we'll go to the control panel, we'll go to the platform, which is the beacon, and there's a broadcast radius. It's 10,000 or 10 kilometers right now. You can move it down all the way to 0, so you can have it so it'll not even show up. Like, it'll still be on, but it won't show up. You can also have it go to I'm totally blanking here, but you can have it go to, like, say, let's have it go to 160 meters. So we have it set to there. Once I get 160 meters away, it'll, like, the little icon will disappear. Let's try this out. Yep, disappeared. So instead of being able to see it across the planet, or across the galaxy, I should say, now you can only see it once you're in proximity. That makes it so if your teammates know where you are or know where your base is, they'll be able to find it easier once they're close to it, and it won't be, you know, having a pretty much a big beacon out there saying like, oh, come fight me, or here's where we're hiding. So it's a very useful useful feature to have. Now what we'll do is, just in case I go far away, it'll be there. So remember, now there is a limit to it. It's 10,000 meters, 10 kilometers. So it's not like I used to be able to see it from like 100,000 kilometers away, and back in like earlier versions of this. But there's that. There's the lootable characters. How did we get the gun? Excuse me. There's some ammo, and there's a gun. Where's a gun? There's no guns in here. Production. Alright, I'll have it. It makes it anyways because I'm in creative. So, oops, hit G, grab, nope, I'm sorry, grab this. Okay, also you can notice that he has a tag that says IAC.BK. BK is his name, the IAC is the tag of the what's it called? The faction, which is really cool. Also, what I can do is I can kick him from it. I'm just testing this out, so I'm gonna kick him. And alright, it's because we're in creative mode, but I'll be right back. I'm going to load this up in not creative mode and show you how this works real fast, and that will basically wind all this up, and I'll see you guys next time after that. So, 1 second. Okay guys, I'm back, and I'm waiting for my friend to log in real fast, but I noticed something I've missed, or almost missed to, forgot to say. There's a way you can hack the blocks that someone else owns, and that way you can actually, let's see, where is he? You can actually, like, take over someone else's block. Now, the way you would do that is, let's take it for example, let's just look over here at this thing. You see how there's the little red line where it's, you see kind of now a blue line there too? The blue signifies the ownership and like what level you have to get to be yours. But the key component to having the ownership is to, take away the computer component. If, say for example, this is not mine, I grind it down past the computer component. You don't have to do it all the way. You take the computer components away, then you put them back yourself with your own welder. Then that will transfer the ownership from the previous owner to you. So there's that. And I'm going to find him and show you how this works. Where did he go? Oops, I hit the wrong thing. Players. Okay. Oh, there he is. Now, you'll see how his body's still there. I can go up to him and hit K. Or, I'm sorry, I hit I, and that would be his inventory right there. I can just go over and take everything I want. And... yeah. I can kick him around and stuff. And there's a new feature called Permadeath. I forgot to mention this. See, the reason he's not permanently dead is because there's this medical room. And if I go into it, and I go to turn it off, and I go to... Actually, I'll just demonstrate this better myself. Oh, wow, I bounced. Basically, when you die, you'll instead go to this thing right here, and this is permadeath right here. So basically, it'll have medical rooms. If there's no medical room available, like it's not shared with anybody, so if it's like a private medical room with someone else, it won't show up. If it's shared with all, which I recommend having at least one in your world, so people don't have to respawn as a fresh player, because if you respawn, use the respawn chip, which is always going to be there. You can refresh if someone like changes it while you're dead, but if you click respawn, you'll get this warning. You will lose all ownership and spawn as a new player. Are you sure you want to respawn? Now, I just respawned as this, like this temporary ship will get removed after you leave the game or spawn in a new one. Alright, so what you do now is just hit... I'm totally blanking on how do you do stuff. Is it V? Yeah, no. Now, this, you know, is the regular rescue ship. It's got, like, its stuff going on. And, if I, say, for example, I commit suicide, I will, this I haven't tested out yet, but this I will, it'll show, like, where you died, similar to, or I'm sorry, I think that's where you spawn, because it's spawning in, like, a whole new, like, I didn't move from where I spawned in. But you can have your medical room, which is inside my ship, and the owner, it says the owner name. So I can do that, or I can actually, okay, no, you click the medical room, or you click whichever one you want, and it will just show, like, a spectator view of it. And that will, you know, show you, like, what's going on, so you don't get spawn camped or some shit like that. You can spawn right back in, and you won't, there's my body. Now, if we go to... Okay, yeah, I'm a different color still. I thought I'd say the same color because I was a new astronaut or something like that. But his body's all rigid and stuff, so we can just hit that and just kind of like push him out into space. Come on, just... Come on. Come on. It's kind of creepy, actually. But yeah, that's basically all there is to this update. It's a pretty cool update. Tell me what you guys think in the comments below. My friend BK, Black Knight on here, him and me are having, we have a dedicated server now, and we're going to be testing that out and stuff. And I'm going to have you guys join in, and I'm not sure how many it can hold at the moment, but I want to get as many of you in as possible, because that'd be freaking sweet. We'll have our own little faction and everything, and we'll just build up an empire. That'd be freaking awesome. And if you guys want to start your own faction in the thing, by all means, go for it. Then we can have like a, you can like have a battle or some stuff like that, whatever you guys want to do. So leave a comment below. Actually, yeah, leave a comment below with your Steam username, or if you don't feel feel comfortable publicly posting that, message me it, and I will. Actually, maybe we could just make it public. I'm not sure, but yeah. So we'll do that. We'll have that set up, and I will give you the guys the IP as soon as I have access to it. I'll probably put it on Twitter, so keep an eye on that. Follow me on Twitter at Calvin Sinkowski. The link is in the description. Just go to like imcalv.in/Twitter. That will redirect you to my Twitter page. Also, check out my Patreon. If you guys could donate to my Patreon, that'd be freaking sweet. Just even $1 an episode would make the biggest difference. I'm trying to save up for some better equipment, and I want to make the best quality videos for you guys. As of right now, you could probably hear that fan in the background. That's one of the things I want to fix, because I have this really weird, crappy fan, and I want to replace it with water cooling, just kind of like make it sound less loud, or get some silent fans in there, but I don't have the money for that. So you know, if you can, let's make that happen. Also, yeah, check out Black Knight's YouTube channel, and I don't think he has it up yet, or he hasn't posted too much yet, but once he does, I'll link that in the description, and you guys can check out his videos too. He's really chill. And yeah, see you guys next time. Peace out.